So when I was at my biggest, I think I was definitely in denial in the sense that people was always saying to me, "Oh, you need to lose weight. We're worried about you. This and that." Um, and essentially, I just always thought, well, I know people bigger than me. I'm not that big. I'm perfectly happy how I am. I was in denial basically, but I genuinely believe that I was happy and that I was absolutely fine. But you can't change somebody that doesn't see a problem with their own actions. And I went for a general wellman checkup with my doctor, and he took my height and he took my weight, and he said to me quite bluntly, which I'm really glad that he was as blunt as he was, because if he hadn't have been, I wouldn't have done anything about it, because some people just need a kick up the backside, and I am one of those people. But he sat me down and he said to me quite bluntly, he said, "You're not going to live to see your 30th birthday. If you continue how you are not going to reach 30. You're going to spend your 30th birthday in a coffin. And if that's not motivation to do something about it, as hard a push as you want, I think that's about as hard a push as you can get, in the sense of, look, you've still got time to do something about it, so get something done." Because at 20 years old, 19, 20 years old, to be told, look, you should be living to 60, 70, 80, potentially 90, and you've lived 2/3 of your life already at 20 years old. It's scary. It's scary for anybody to be told that you've not got that long left unless you do something. And I knew that the power was in my hands. I've never blamed anybody else. I was bullied in school, yes. I've got Asperger's syndrome, yes. I've always been called that weird kid, yes. But I could have dealt with that in different ways, but I didn't. I chose to eat my problems. And unfortunately, it does help in the short term, but it doesn't help the bigger picture. And it certainly doesn't make the bullies go away. If anything, it exasperates the situation, because I was just getting bigger and bigger. But anyway, I ended up joining Slimming World. I lost 13 stone in just over a year. I've kept it off for over a year now as well. I think I hit my target last May of 2017. Obviously, we're now in May 2018. I had some gains, I had some losses. The human body's a wonderful thing, but it's definitely not consistent. So obviously some weeks I did put on. But I just sort of stayed on track by thinking to myself, right, well, I've put on this week, not to worry. How much do I need to lose next week to mean that I'm still sort of trundling along my average path of about 2.5 pounds a week? And then obviously I lost the weight and I was left with all the loose skin. So I went to speak to Mr. Graham Perks at BMI The Park after he saw me on the front of the Mansfield Chad. It was a bit of serendipity, really. He just so happened to notice it, and we'd had encounters previously from a previous issue that I had, and basically we just put together this plan that all just sort of rolled together. There was a guy that flew over from Brazil, Dr. Carlos Roxo, ROXO, who's he's a world-renowned surgeon that deals with full body lifts. He's pioneering the full body lift, so where everything's done all at once. He aims to do it, I believe, in under 4.5 hours. So that's the full abdominoplasty, including the fleur de lis, which is where they just give a scar up here and pull you in. Incision, should I say, leaves me with a scar. And then he also did a posterior lift, a nipple raise, and I cut, and also thigh-plasty as well. Yeah, he removed the loose skin from my thighs. So overall, I couldn't be happier now. This is 5 months on even, and God, where's time going? And I'm just living a normal life. You know, I'm in the gym every other day. I always keep fit. You know, I've not got that tugging, that soreness. I don't feel like I'm being pulled down by a weight anymore. And it's just generally changed my life. And I'd do it all over again. I'd go through the whole recovery process again if it meant that I had to keep looking this way. Well, not looking this way, but that I had to, you know, so I don't have the loose skin anymore, so I don't have to look at myself in the mirror every day, and I've got that excess skin staring me in the face. It's just fantastic not to have to deal with that anymore, and if I can inspire one other person, if I can help one other person turn their life around, then I'll feel like I've given something back. I've had a lot of people reach out to me to say that I've helped them, and that's brilliant. That's really, really brilliant, and I just hope that I can help more people along the way.